Welcome to the Mass Production Band Talkcast. We want to thank everybody for joining us. So, go get chilled on whatever it is that you get chilled on. Sit back, listen, and enjoy because we are fired up and ready to go. Thank you. Down. Yes. We have a very, 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 very special guest on today. Miss Vannessa Jordan. She's the president of the R&B Society. Let me get a good orientation.
I like that shirt, Pat.
National R&B Music Society.
Yeah. Can I order one of those?
Yeah. But I thought I sent y'all all the link.
Okay. So Tyrone, does that make you an honorary inductee into the Hall of Fame?
Not yet.
We don't have a Hall of Fame. We have a Walk of Fame.
Walk of Fame.
A Walk of Fame.
Okay. Right. Yeah. And technically, y'all must don't remember. Remember, we are all members of the R&B Society as Mass Production.
Yes, true.
Okay, yeah. Now, if she wanted to put my name up there on the Walk of Fame, I mean, I'm good with that.
But then you got to put mine too, then, and everybody else is doing. That's going to be about 12 blocks of names.
I know it, right?
A lot of names.
The Walk of Fame's in Atlantic City. We had our first induction, April on the 24th, and we inducted James Brown, Little Anthony, and the Imperials. 5 of them were there. 5 Imperials.
Wow.
I mean, that's like great from the 50s, right? 5 of them. It was on one pass, but and Grover Washington Jr. in the Delfonics. So got the plaques in the ground. We just started. It's at Brighton Park in Atlantic City near the Korean Memorial. So that was a big accomplishment for us.
I have some things I want to bring up since you started that. Let me just do this right quick.
Hey, Ty.
Yes.
I see our brother of his waiting impatiently, so let him.
Oh, Lee, go ahead, Lee.
I can see him sweating.
No, absolutely not. But I just wanted to say good morning.
Good morning.
Amen. Good morning on the East Coast. So, with the National Black R&B Music Society.
The National R&B Music Society.
Absolutely.
Everybody confuses us. They call us but it's the National It's the National Rhythm and Blues Music Society. But
look at my T-shirt. Look at my T-shirt.
That's right. Who was the brainchild of this organization?
Oh, I was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The organization actually started online in 2006, 2007. I was a person who never interacted with people online, but I did get music off of Amazon, order music. And then I saw not a website, but a thread that said Awesome Soul Ballads. I was like, oh, that I'm old school completely. So that intrigued me, and I went to that. I never used to blog with anybody because I just didn't do that stuff. But Awesome Soul Ballads, so that was up my alley. And then I, started blogging with them, and it was probably about 40 of us in that thread, Awesome Soul Ballads. And for 2 years, we like Rare Soul and the album cuts. And like I said, it was about 40 of us. And the youngest was a 19-year-old white girl from South Carolina. So it was from all Denver, LA, the East Coast. And we would say, well, that was made in 1969. And she'll say, oh, no, that was the remake. She's 19-year-old white girl, blind. No, that was the remake. The original was in 1967. So I'm saying there was some heavy hitters in this little group. Yes. And around 2008, the beginning of 2008, I said, we need to start an organization because we were really into the music. And So the vice president, who is William Blackshear, we started coming up with names, this soul children of society or something, but he came up with the National R&B, National Rhythm and Blues Music Society, and I thought that was like a great name. So the vice president, William Blackshear, owned a record store, old school record shop in Roselle, New Jersey, and so we said we all were going to meet there, because we were going up there anyway, like after we were in the blog and meeting, we would go up, because I was on the East Coast, and a few of us that was on the East Coast would go to the store. It was like our playground. I mean, we were there from the time he opened till he had to kick us out, because it was like albums, with vinyl. I collect vinyl. So we had the first throwdown, the National R&B Music Society first throwdown, summer barbecue, whatever. And like 40 people came from all over. And I said, I'm going to invite Ted Mills. Because he's from Blue Magic, and a lot of them love Blue Magic. My ex-husband was their drummer back in 76 to 81. And I said that would be nice, because Ted lived in the area. So when he came, Ted was like, this is great. These people love this music. I want to be a part of this organization. We hadn't did anything officially at that time. So when Ted said that, I was like, oh, we better get, really incorporate. Because Ted said, I'm going to bring people in. This is great. I just, I got to be a part of this. So that springboard the organization, because then we had to go incorporate, and then had to get the website, and that's how it actually started.
Wonderful.
Oh, great story.
So we have 140 Classic Soul members who are members of the organization.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Is that just national, international included, or?
Well, we called the National R&B Music Society, but anybody that was an original member of a group become a member.
Right.
We are dedicated to preserving, promoting, and honoring classic soul R&B music from the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Right.
And the legends that paved the way for today's artists. So
wonderful.
That's our main niche right there. But people from the 90s, we started bringing in people from the 90s, because we have to have people to carry the torch,
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Great.
I'm going to bring up a couple of things now so we can talk about it, okay?
Oh, there she is.
Walk of Fame.
Okay.
That was August 12th. That was April 24th at the induction ceremony. Yeah.
This looked like one of the King family there, one of the famous King family members there. Beautiful. That's a beautiful picture of you.
Oh, thank you. I hate being at the speaking. I hate being at a microphone, a podium. They're like, you got to go up. I'm like, no, you're the
I know how you feel.
Got a little fear, right?
My heart's doing like this and my legs shaking, but I don't like, I like behind the scenes. It's like, but you're the president,
Yeah. Well, you're doing a good job, though. You're doing a good job for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There you are in your office, in your glory right there.
Yeah. Well, they did I have a lot of art. I have a lot of art. And they did, the Atlantic City Press did a piece an article on your happy place. So they took pictures of all the art. I have no wall space anywhere. So. That was the 60th Grammys, 2018. It was the first time they came back in 15 years in New York. It was the 60th Grammys.
And that is, excuse me, I'm sorry.
Right?
Go ahead.
Oh,
no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's Stuart from Black Ivory.
Oh, yeah, Stuart.
Yeah, the Grammys hadn't been back in New York for 15 years, so they came back for their 60th and 60th Grammy awards.
Wow.
So that was that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Stuart, I remember him. Exactly. Yeah.
And that's when we were planning the Walk of Fame. It was like a year and a half out, and they did a piece that we're going to do the Walk of Fame. I had spoke to the mayor for almost 2 years to get it done, and then finally, our goal was to build a National R&B Music Society museum, but that takes millions and millions, and that takes so much money. Walk of Fame has low overhead. We just need the mayor to give us, the city to give us some place to put plaques. We donate the plaques because it's their park, Brighton Park.
Sure.
We just need that, and we just need to get the plaque. So it's a very, we had a cocktail reception, but a very low overhead for a Walk of Fame, as opposed to museum, but you still get to preserve. You
Absolutely.
still have, it's still significant, you know.
Are you a 501c3 or?
Yes. Yeah, no, it's
for-profit?
501c3, nonprofit.
Yes, that's great. I was looking at your board, and you know, I was impressed with how deep you guys run. You have trustees, and of course, you're the president and the founder.
Well, I'm a
And as you
co-founder.
mentioned,
Bill and I co-founded.
right?
Yeah.
And I was very impressed with your staff. And I was wondering, is there any opportunities for up and coming people who might have a love for the music field?
But we're a very small operation, although we, you know, the name is National R&B Music. Our name, I think, is really bigger than us, but we don't have employees. You know, we're volunteers.
All volunteers.
We don't have
Yes.
employees, so we're volunteers. And 90% of the volunteer work is on me.
Wow, I understand. That's your
I
brain
gotta
trap.
keep the cost down. You know,
Right.
I'm a cost person. I look at the cost of everything, but we have day of staff. We
Right.
produce the City of Atlantic City free summer concerts, right? And
Right.
Yeah,
so
we
I
don't-
have day of staff, you know, they get paid. That's part of the budget. The organization get a grant from the state to produce the concert. So, then, you know, then I hire people for a day of. I have great help because you know,
Okay.
to do an outside concert, you know, it takes a lot. Even us doing our Black Tie Gala, we have the annual Black Tie Gala and award ceremony in September. We do the 3 summer concerts. We have an annual barbecue. We have all white old school dance party. And you know, so it takes, on the day of, you really need that help because you can't do it by yourself the day of.
Yeah, I want to come to that barbecue because I know y'all got some good food up in there.
Yes, we have good food. Exactly.
So,
I want my
Vanessa,
invitation.
Yes, y'all invited, y'all members. So you
right. So,
Thank
so
you.
Vanessa, I want to touch back on this picture we're looking at right now, where you're planning everything.
Right.
What challenges did you encounter from the city, from anything? Because I know you don't just say, I want to do this, and you go into the city, because you said you don't like talking or something, but you would have
No. I don't mind talking like this. I don't like being in front of like, everybody just looking like, I can talk to 1,000 people like this, but going up on stage with the mic and just
okay.
Right, the live audience.
But yeah, I know you have to have some. I use the word challenges, but your path from your idea till it actually coming into play. It was some things you had to circumvent.
Well, I've had a relationship with the city. I've been producing the City of Atlantic City free summer concert since 2009. Right.
Okay.
So I have a relationship already with the city.
Right, the city. Right.
So when I came with that idea, it's just a matter of, you know, I had about 4 meetings with Mayor Marty Small Sr. And the last one, he's all right. See, they just wanted to know basically what's the cost to the city. The cost is really no cost except the public works just have to install the plaques in the ground, you know.
Right.
So when it's really no cost to them, it's like, okay, all right, let's go. Because
that's a benefit. Yeah.
You know, we buy the plaques, and a lot of the plaques got donated, you know, by organizations, businesses, different businesses. As a matter of fact, Verdine White from Earth, Wind, and Fire gave $5,000, so he was a sponsor. You know.
Okay.
Great.
That was that was great. That was big. That paid for the reception, you know, at Claridge Hotel, you know. But we had a few people that gave, the state gave $3,500, he gave $5,000, and then we had a couple of businesses that sponsored the plaque. The plaques,
right? And see, then here you are. Actually, it's taking place now.
We have 4 in the ground. Now,
this is it, and those the people you got up there. You're honoring
Great.
James Brown, Delfonics, Lil Anthony and the Imperials, and it says Washington. So that's Grover, Washington. I mean,
Yeah.
legends.
Junior in the
Yeah.
Delfonics. Yeah, that it was
Yeah,
great.
I mean,
It was
legends.
great. Yeah,
All
Legends.
all
trailblazers.
worthy, all worthy.
Right.
Oh, yeah,
All
absolutely.
worthy.
Yeah, and James Brown's daughter attended, Deanna
Oh,
Brown,
that,
and Grover's daughter.
Right.
I think
Saw that.
right. See, this
Yeah.
is this right. This is
Oh, that's little
James
Anthony
Brown
and
daughter right
Imperial up
there.
top. Right.
that looks like
Is that
Larry.
little Anthony? Wow.
Yes. Well,
Yeah,
little
that-
Anthony is in
yeah,
between.
right.
Sammy Strain is the first one. With the
Wow,
Little
exactly.
Anthony is between him,
Yeah,
Clarence. His head is sticking out. You see the little, with the
yeah,
little.
that's
But there's
Anthony.
5 of them. There's 5 Imperials there.
And that's
Now,
amazing.
Wow.
Are
That's
they
amazing.
natives?
That's
Right,
Are
amazing.
they natives of New Jersey or no?
Huh?
New York.
Are-
I think.
Are they natives of New Jersey?
They're from Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
They're from Brooklyn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Right. One of my favorite
Yeah,
groups.
they're from Brooklyn. They're from Fort. They're from Fort Greene.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't.
Wonderful.
They don't live in. Oh yeah, yeah. Ernest Wright lives in Brooklyn, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. One of my all-time favorite groups are Little Anthony Imperials.
So that's Will Hart of the Delfonics. He was in Atlantic City and just came to visit. So they
Mhm.
took a picture in front of it. So those are our first 4 plaques.
Oh,
Right.
nice.
And
I mean, he was there for the induction, of course, but him and his wife, Sheila, they're very good friends of ours, too. So they said,
Mhm.
they cleaned it while they were there. They said it had like bird poop on it, and they went and got
Oh,
some water and cleaned it up.
that's good. Nice.
the Delfonics was the model that we used from one of our very early groups
Right.
Yes.
for mass production. We used singing groups, you
Well,
know.
you and a lot of other groups.
Yeah, with the swinging and the do this. I mean, they were smooth.
Will had that shoulder come up and they turned.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Fabulous.
that was
Yeah,
they were
were.
the models.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
back in high school that, like all the guys, they would walk around with their shoulder tilted like that guy. Just to be cool like that. You know what I
Yeah, you
mean?
had to be cool.
I think I even did it a couple of times.
I'm sure I
With my
think you
big
still
afro.
do it. I think you still do it.
Yeah, as a matter of fact,
You remember
That's
that, man?
sad.
we have them on our next concert. It's going
Wow.
to
Yeah,
be
and
those
that's
who-
listen,
we
yeah.
tried to get mass production, but you guys were working, right?
Yeah,
Yes, yeah.
in the August, right?
Yeah. I was like, oh man, because that would be great. Because we usually use the same. Like I said, we've been doing this since 2009, and we try to use the members first. We
Yeah,
go to the
but,
members of the organization first, because that's the Delfonics. That's Will Hart
right.
and
But
Pooji. Pooji. William Hart passed last
Yeah,
year.
exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's Wilbert. Wilbert is Will Hart, and
Right.
Pooji is William Pooji Hart.
Right.
His
Okay.
son on the end on the right next
Right.
to me.
Okay.
That's William's Pooji's son, and
Right.
that's me. And then that's Major Harris' 2 sons next to
Major
me.
Harris,
Major
right.
Harris. Wow.
Because he became a Delfonics after Randy Kane left.
Oh, did he?
Wow.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, that was before he did. He left and went solo and did "Love Won't Let Me Wait." That huge.
Right.
Oh,
It was a
Oh,
Right,
huge-
and I was gonna say he
That
had
was
his
great.
own solo career.
Yeah, he
That was
left.
a great song.
Yeah.
That's Black Ivory. Well, Russell was on the side. That's Stewart and
Right, yeah,
Leroy, and they inducted the Delfonics. Black Ivory inducted the Delfonics. Gene Kahn, did the introductions for Grover, because they were very close, Grover and Gene Kahn, and Bow-Legged Lou, Full Force.
Yes.
Inducted James Brown, because Full Force did his last 2 hits.
Okay.
James Brown hits and produced his album.
Yes.
The last few
Oh,
albums.
did they? Wow, I
Yeah.
didn't know
Really?
that.
Yeah,
Wow.
so they had big hit. They had a lot of history. So
I think I might have
okay.
something about that too. Okay,
Didn't
now
know
we'll
that.
get to that one, but this was
that's at the summer concert. That was in.
Shylights.
This one was 2012. That was with Marshall, the Shylights.
Right.
That's the venue we use. It's overlooking the water. It's at the marina. Is that
oh,
the
that's a gorgeous looking place. Yeah.
Yes, it's at the aquarium. It's on the grounds of the aquarium. And you oversee, so it's called the Marina District, and it's right over the water, and you have a little breeze. And we just had our first one on June 24th for this
Right.
year.
Right.
So you
now,
have a few.
Marshall, is he the only surviving Shylight still alive?
Yes.
Yeah, because I
Okay.
remember the other ones passed away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's still
Marshall.
doing his thing out there though, in that gold suit. That really looks good.
Yeah. Yeah. This was in 2012, but since then, when he was on the Soul Train cruise about 6 years ago, 6, 7 years, he had like right after this, a couple of years after that, this one, he had a stroke on the Soul Train cruise.
Oh, did he?
And
Wow.
Ted Mills was there, and he
Wow.
said Ted helped save his life because nobody knew what was happening. I think they were eating and stuff. And Ted Mills from Blue Magic.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Wow.
he has some challenges. He can stand, but he usually stay in the wheelchair. So he comes out on stage. I had him
Right.
here last year with the Shylights. He has like 4 people doing the singing. He has a huge band, but
Right.
he comes out, sits behind the keyboard or piano, and he tells his story. He's like, oh, back in
Right.
1972, we did it, and he plays his what is it
Right.
play that thing. Well, I can't think of it. Not a harmonica.
Wonderful.
I was gonna say not a harmonica, melodica.
Melodica. No,
Okay.
yes, the
Oh
melodica.
yeah, that's melodica. Yeah, the one.
It's the melodica, right?
Yeah.
Right,
Exactly. Yeah.
right. And he tells the story. So the other people do most of the singing. He'll sing at different parts, but he's there.
Right.
He's the ringleader. So
Right.
he's one of my good friends. That's my brother.
That's your dog, right?
Yeah,
Ooh.
my mentor brother. Yeah, he's the godfather of the vocal group. So
What a growth. And you just talked about this. Well, this was Full Force was there.
no, this was when they were on one of the summer concerts.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Right.
That's
For
one
you
of the
guys.
summer concerts.
And it says
They
were
did
doing
a tribute to the Temptations.
to the Temps. Right.
My favorite group of all time.
Yeah.
They were good. But mentioning dates, Vanessa, you have one coming up on July 29th.
Yes.
That should be a blockbuster. And
Well,
then you have your day in the park, August 6th, and then you have your final concert August 26th.
That's with After 7, Keith Washington, Ray Goodman Down, Black Ivory and the Blue Notes. That's on the screen is Grover's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
And this is you
Wonderful.
telling about what is Licor is talking about. The summer series is back for you guys.
Well, that was 21 every
That
year.
was 21, right? Yeah.
Because it gets funded, like I said, the state funds us. Initially, the city from 2009 to 2013, the city paid for everything. We got the contract. And then when the budget went over 100,000, they had to put it out for bid because we used to get like $250,000. And we won the bid. So we did it from the city would pay initially. Then the city got taken over by the state in 2014. So the city stopped paying. But then the state agency, CRETA, started paying for them.
That's wonderful. You're doing great work.
Yeah, people bring their
Great.
coolers, their tents, their launches. It's like a family day. That's the next concert.
Right. This is the next concert.
Mhm.
With the
right.
Delfonics, Blue Magic, Fawcett Lure, and Rolls Royce.
Mhm.
Oh, nice.
Well, it's really good to see on the East Coast that they're beginning to really pick up in regards to like having, these shows for the artists of our time, doing our time. Because out on the West Coast, they do it like almost every day. Like, you're going to lunch break and somebody's having a show. You know what I mean?
Is it free? Is it free?
Yeah, a lot of them are free.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I mean, but the thing of it is because we were out there not long ago, and it's so different out there compared to the East Coast. Because out there you have a lot of the Hispanics that support our music.
Oh, forget about it. They love the music.
Yeah, they really do.
7,
And so when
8,
we got out there,
10,000.
exactly, we got out there, and 99% of the audience was Hispanic Chicanos. And it's like, and they really love our music. Exactly. So now,
love it.
Right.
And Red Soul too. They love Red Soul.
Oh, yes. So now it's really good to see on the East Coast, especially somebody that we know, is doing such a magnificent job, and you should be applauded for that.
Yes,
ding, 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 applaud.
Yeah, we gonna get that in.
This is the 15th year since we incorporated. So
yes, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Right. And this is that barbecue, Larry, you was talking
Yes,
about.
August
That's the
6th
next
at
thing.
Liberty State
The
Park.
good food.
I'll get some barbecue sauce on my
Exactly.
fingers and lick it off.
It'd be great if you guys could come through and just we bring you up on stage so that we can introduce you to the audience.
Yeah,
One
you
of
can
the
come make that
one of
happen.
the concerts, if any of you could come through. The next one is
I just thought of something that the last one wasn't that for July 29th?
the last one. It's
The
August
one that I
26th.
just showed before was for July 29th.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
July
That's the
29th.
day after Lecoy's and Larry's birthday.
Larry's birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
that'll be a nice birthday celebration for you guys to go to.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
How far are you guys away from Atlantic City?
Well, I'm in the city.
So you're like 210.
2 hours, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Lecoy,
where
yeah.
everyone else is.
But Lecoy is right there in there where at the park in the city where they're gonna have your cookout at, aren't you, Lee?
Oh,
I
Okay.
live
Jersey City.
maybe I live maybe 4 blocks from Liberty Park.
oh, so you're coming.
I'm in
so
Jersey
it's
City.
so it's going to be in Jersey City.
Right, that's
It's in
gonna be in
Jersey
Jersey City,
City.
right?
Oh yeah, okay,
At
yeah, that's
Liberty
nowhere
State
then.
Park.
Yeah, we can come through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's try
I'm
to
not
make
far.
that. Lee.
The members are for you guys are members, so that donation is for our public members, but our artist membership is free to attend. That's the last concert for the summer.
Oh, okay.
Right.
That's
After
great.
7. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Ray Goodman and Brown. We used to be neighbors with those guys out there in Teaneck in New Jersey.
Yeah, we lived in
Right.
Teaneck.
Out that way.
Al Goodman and
Yeah.
Same thing. Didn't know them personally, but they used to always be up on Teaneck Road, like
yeah.
going to
I
little
miss
businesses and
Al.
so
That was
forth.
devastating when Al
Right,
passed.
exactly. Yeah,
Harry Ray passed a couple of decades ago, but
Right.
yeah, right. Yeah, true.
Al
Right.
passed in 2010.
That
Right.
Black Ivory.
Carrying on the legacy, so.
Right,
And,
right.
Black Ivory was the first group that we saw up close and personal. Because
Really?
Yeah.
they
Yes,
sang
it
at our
was.
school in Ruffner. And,
Yes.
yeah,
Our junior high school.
yeah. And
They
they were the
performed
first
there.
group. We had been to concerts before, but they were up close and personal. And they
Yes.
were inspiration.
Got to meet them.
You know
Yeah.
what? They out there doing it. We in that same era. We could do this.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
Right. They were They were inspirational in regards to that.
They were.
They had great harmony. But one thing about Black Ivory now, they're the only classic soul group from the 70s.
Right.
They're still performing today who recorded from their original song, their original
Yeah,
record. So they
that's
go
amazing.
their 54th year.
Wow.
Look how long Benny sung Stand By Me. He sung it for what, 5 decades?
Yeah, yeah. But that's solo. I mean, it's hard.
That's
it's
solo.
group.
She's
Yeah,
talking
to
about a
keep a
group.
Group, yeah, that's
Okay.
unheard of.
That's impressive.
That
Yeah.
still perform
Yeah.
today together.
Yes.
Wow.
Right.
Are they still together?
Hmm?
Are they still together,
Yeah,
Black
that's what I'm
Ivory?
saying. They're the
That's
only
what she's
group.
saying. Right.
Yeah.
They're the only group from the 70s classic
Right.
soul era that still perform with the same original members from their first recording.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
As a
They
matter
still
of
like
fact,
each other.
And they still said, yeah, they're brothers. Well, Leroy had left and said Leroy Burgess, I call him Leroy. So Leroy Burgess left in 79. He was the lead singer, right?
Right.
And he took the band when he left. So they were like, what are we gonna do? Because he went on to produce other people. He produced and wrote songs for Rick James, Fonda Ray, Over Like a Fat Rat,
Sure.
Right.
Eddie Kendricks. So he became like king of boogie. And matter of fact, Leroy, he still goes overseas like 6 times a year. He just came back from Lyon. He went to Paris and then Lyon because they love his boogie, house king. They call him king of boogie, house. What is it?
Right.
So overseas love him. He has this huge crowd. He has this band over there called Saving Coco, and they just do their thing. He goes to Moscow. I wouldn't have going there now. He said that was like the coldest place to ever go to. Not cold in temperature, but it was like you stay around there. Machine guns. He said you just stay in your hotel.
Right. As a matter of fact, I had the pleasure of meeting and working with one of the stewards, like past band members, Patrick Adams. Yeah, had
Oh, the
opportunity to work with
manager.
him. Yeah, Patrick. Yeah, a few
Yeah.
years back, and he was always like mentioning and bringing up Black Ivory. Always talked about the guys that on the highest levels. So
He was their manager, and he wrote the first. Matter of fact, they said it seems
was
so.
Eddie Kendricks. Go ahead.
Huh?
I'm sorry. No,
No,
go ahead. I'm
what
sorry.
about Eddie?
No, because he was telling me that he wrote for Eddie Kendricks and other people and so forth, and during the beginning of the disco era.
Yeah,
he was very prominent in during that time. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Patrick then.
Patrick passed away last year, 2 years. 2 years now.
Oh my
He
goodness.
passed away?
Yeah. Patrick.
Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. So I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry to hear that. Okay.
Yeah, but he
Yeah,
was
he's
a
cool people.
manager. And it was strange because he was only 20. They felt like he was such a grown up. They were 15, 16, right? He was 20.
Right.
And he
And
was
he
Right.
was a
okay.
manager, right?
He always looked like an older guy. Yeah.
Yeah. They said he seemed like he was so much older than them, but they were 15, 16. Right now, they all 69, right?
Right.
But he wrote "Don't Turn Around," Patrick Adams.
Right.
He wrote the
Right.
first song and he produced their first album. And,
Right.
yeah.
That's something like us, Larry, because I think I was 10 and you was 25, right?
Yeah, and LaCroix was like 92.
Yeah.
And Sam wasn't even born yet.
And Sam wasn't even born.
So really,
Yeah.
it was like around James Frederick Douglass's age,
And look, I'm going to sing you my
Absolutely.
shirts. You send me a shirt.
So I would think everybody could hear me that time.